Hello students, today you'll be taking the cold read task. Please follow along as I read the instructions as well as the test. The directions are: read the May 20th progress report from Flowers for Algernon independently, then answer the questions below. In your blue student Flowers for Algernon handbook, go ahead and turn to page 34. And you will see the progress report from May 20th. I'll give you a few more seconds to flip to page 34 in your blue Flowers for Algernon student handbook. By now you should have it. Here we go. I would not have noticed the new dishwasher, a boy of about 16, at the corner diner where I take my evening meals, if not for the incident of the broken dishes. They crashed to the floor, shattering and sending bits of white china under the tables. The boy stood there, dazed and frightened, holding the empty tray in his hand. The whistles and catcalls from the customers, the cries of, "Hey, there go the profits, Madzeltov," and, "Well, he didn't work here very long," which invariably seems to follow the breaking of glass or dishware in a public restaurant, all seemed to confuse him. When the owner came to see what the excitement was about, the boy cowered as if he expected to be struck and threw up his arms as if to ward off the blow. all right, you dope," shouted the owner. "Don't just stand there. Get the broom and sweep that mess up." A broom, you idiot. It's in the kitchen. Sweep up all the pieces." The boy saw that he was not going to be punished. His frightened expression disappeared, and he smiled and hummed as he came back with the broom to sweep the floor. A few of the rowdier customers kept up the remarks, amusing themselves at his expense. "Here, Sonny, there's a nice piece behind you. Come on, do it again." "He's not so dumb. It's easier to break 'em than to wash 'em." As his vacant eyes moved across the crowd of amused onlookers, he slowly mirrored their smiles and finally broke into an uncertain grin at the joke, which he obviously did not understand. I felt sick inside as I looked at his dull, vacuous smile, the wide, bright eyes of a child, uncertain but eager to please. They were laughing at him because he was mentally retarded. And I had been laughing at him too. Suddenly, I was furious at myself and all those who were smirking at him. I jumped up and shouted, "Shut up! Leave him alone. It's not his fault he can't understand. He can't help what he is. But for God's sake, he's still a human being." The room grew silent. I cursed myself for losing control and creating a scene. I tried not to look at the boy as I paid my check and walked out without touching my food. I felt ashamed for both of us. How strange it is that people of honest feelings and sensibility, who would not take advantage of a man born without arms or legs or eyes, how such people think nothing of abusing a man born with low intelligence. It infuriated me to think that not too long ago, I, like this boy, had foolishly played the clown, and I had almost forgotten. I'd hidden the picture of the old Charlie Gordon from myself because, now that I was intelligent, it was something that had to be pushed out of my mind. But today, in looking at that boy, for the first time, I saw what I had been. I was just like him. Only a short time ago, I learned that people laughed at me. Now I can see that unknowingly I joined with them in laughing at myself. That hurts most of all. I have often reread my progress reports and seen the illiteracy, the childish naivety, the mind of low intelligence peering from a dark room through the keyhole at the dazzling light outside. I see that even in my dullness, I knew that I was inferior, and that other people had something I lacked, something denied me. In my mental blindness, I thought that it was somehow connected with the ability to read and write, and I was sure that if I could get those skills, I would automatically have intelligence too. Even a feeble-minded man wants to be like other men. A child may not know how to feed itself or what to eat, yet it knows of hunger. This is then what I was like. I never knew. Even with my gift of intellectual awareness, I never really knew. This day was good for me. Seeing the past more clearly, I have decided to use my knowledge and skills to work in the field of increasing human intelligence levels. Who is better equipped for this work? Who else has lived in both worlds? These are my people. Let me use my gift to do something for them. Tomorrow, I will discuss with Dr. Strauss the manner in which I can work in this area. I may be able to help him work out the problems of widespread use of the technique which was used on me. I have several good ideas of my own. There is so much that might be done with this technique. If I could be made into a genius, what about thousands of others like myself? What fantastic levels might be achieved by using this technique on normal people, on geniuses? There are so many doors to open. I am impatient to begin. And that's the end of the progress report from May 20th. Now let's go back to the practice code read task. You should have a copy. Please refer to the copy. Before I read each question, I'm going to tell you which answer choice that you can eliminate, which answer choice you can go ahead and cross out. So on number 1, part A, you can go ahead and cross out A, which says those at the restaurant congratulate the dishwasher because he was entertaining. All right, here we go. Number 1, part A. Which of the following sentences describes the response and the reason for the people at the restaurant's reaction to the dishwasher breaking the dishes? Here are your choices. B, those at the restaurant are surprised by the dishwasher when he unexpectedly drops the dishes. C, those at the restaurant laugh at the dishwasher because he doesn't understand what he has done. Or D, those at the restaurant are ashamed for embarrassing the dishwasher when he has to clean up his mess. Part B, we're going to eliminate answer choice B. Here's the question. Which quotation from the passage best supports the answer to part A? A, the boy stood there, dazed and frightened, holding the empty tray in his hand. C, he slowly mirrored their smiles and finally broke into an uncertain grin at the joke which he obviously did not understand. Or D, I tried not to look at the boy as I paid my check and walked out without touching my food. I felt ashamed for both of us. Number 2, part A, we're going to cross out option C. Here are your choices. Part A, the question says, what do the words vacant and vacuous mean as used in the passage? Part A is without shame. B is unknowing. And D is unaffected. For part B, we're going to go ahead and eliminate option D. The question is, which phrase from the passage best supports the answer to part A? A, he obviously did not understand. B, I felt sick inside as I looked. Or C, the wide, bright eyes of a child. Number 3, we're going to go ahead and eliminate A. The question is, which sentence best summarizes the full progress report from May 20th? B. Charlie eats at a restaurant with his coworkers and is embarrassed when he realizes they make fun of him. C. Charlie participates in making fun of the dishwasher and then offers to Teen the chance to have the same surgery as him. Or D. Charlie sees himself reflected in the dishwasher and realizes that he wants to do more to help others increase their own intelligence. For number 4, part A, we're going to eliminate option C. Here's the question. Charlie feels ashamed in the scene at the restaurant. What does this moment reveal about Charlie? A. As Charlie gains more intelligence, he becomes more self-aware. B. Following the operation, Charlie teaches people how to treat others. Or D. Following the operation, Charlie feels sorry for those around him with lower intelligence levels. For part B, we're going to eliminate option B. Here's the question. Which phrase from the passage best supports the answer to part A? A. I felt sick inside as I looked at his dull, vacuous smile, the wide, bright eyes of a child uncertain but eager to please. C. I tried not to look at the boy as I paid my check and walked out without touching my food. D. But today, in looking at that boy, for the first time I saw what I had been. I was just like him. Number 5, part A. We're eliminating option C. Here's the question. What is the main claim Charlie makes in the report from May 20th? A. Those who help others are more capable of understanding people with disabilities. B. He did not fully understand the depth of misunderstandings people had about his situation. D. People do not ridicule the physically disabled, but they easily make fun of those with lower intelligence. For number 5, part B, we're going to eliminate option D. Here's the question. How does Charlie support the claim in part A? A. He explains what scientists discovered. B. He explains the results of the experiment. C. He provides an example from his experience. That concludes this portion of the cold read task.